Baby girl, well, go figure. He not being a real nigga, but well, instead of drinking that liquor, come on, baby, come roll with us right now, sir. Baby girl, well, figure. He not being a real nigga, but well, instead of getting off that liquor, come roll with us right now, sir. I am Ricky Fontaine. This is Side Dude Services.
King Solar DJ, the one and only from the MD to the VA. And to my right, I got two exemplary guests. Now, can y'all please introduce yourselves. What's your name? What you got going on? This your time to plug yourself, plug all your shits, you know. Let us know who you are.
All right, what's going on, family? This your boy Ricks, Franklin Entertainment founder, CEO, man. We having a good time, man. We happy to be here. VA, Brain, Bread, been here, Beach Boy, you know. Hey, man, let's do this thing. What you talking about, man? What you doing over here, bro?
Hey,
Van's here too, bro.
I see.
Ugly, but yeah.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm your boy, the official DJ Bands. You already know. Keep it clean, keep it simple. Straight to the point, honestly.
Fly now?
Keeping it frank.
Keeping it frank.
Keep 100 Frank, man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that Frank lingo.
Frank
lingo, man.
Keeping it Frank. I thought Frank meant like dick.
Well, I mean,
Oh, you talking about the other
Glizzy
Frank.
King. Like, just like I thought Glizzy was a gun, but it's a hot dog.
I got you. The worst is
Right.
Sometimes,
but you got a point.
Yes, I got you.
For sure, man.
What you got?
What happened? Just subscribe that to all that other shit you be saying.
Oh, you want to do that? All right, I totally forgot. I ain't do it last time.
Hey,
But anyway, take this time right now. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. I'm not tired. I just forgot. Damn. Make sure you hit the heart. 5-star rating on Apple. Whatever your service is, whatever your platform is, just give us high review. The reviews you give help us grow. You know what I mean? Also, you want some merch. I got the new merch rolling out. Just let us know. Got the mugs.
damn, we didn't get no cups.
Nah, I didn't get any cups. I only had a budget for 2. See? We only got a budget for 2 cups. We got 4 guests.
Oh, okay. I was looking for the sign-up sheet. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you.
It's just, anyway.
We're going to hop into the show. I'm going to get started off the ripper. Do you have an ego problem? Everybody answers the question, but Oprah.
Okay.
I feel like everybody has an ego problem, honestly.
We talking about yours, though. Do you?
Be accountable.
Look in your mirror.
This is your moment.
You're right. I do have an ego problem. You know what I'm saying? Not a major one, not on a high scale, but it's there.
Okay.
I guess I'm an egotistical. Depends on the situation. I think certain things you learn about yourself, like, what is my intent? The way I'm feeling, like, or versus it's hard, but yeah, I got an ego problem in certain situations. There's some things,
I don't got no ego problem. My ego is perfectly accurate the way it's supposed to be. No problem at all. It's perfect. You say you have an ego problem, that means like there's something to fix. Ain't nothing to fix.
If you need it, yes.
Ain't nothing to fix. So my ego, I don't have an ego problem. I have an ego. Yes. I'm confident in myself. Ain't no problem.
I don't know if y'all know that he's not human. I thought I'd never meet one.
Hey,
man, I appreciate it, bro.
So feeding off of that, do you think you accept criticism well?
Absolutely, I do. It's always good to learn what other people see. You know what I'm saying? Constructive criticism is what the real term, to be honest with you. But then criticism is criticism.
Yeah.
But most criticism is based on what somebody thinks and what they don't know anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's really about your perspective of how am I going to implement that on what they're just thinking anyway. They don't know.
True.
That makes you crazy. Ego.
That makes sense. How you feel? You think you take criticism well?
I do.
You do?
I basically, I look for it. You know what I'm saying? Even with DJing, you look for them criticisms. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I don't be criticized, I ain't doing something right.
True.
Facts.
True.
So it's like,
I feel you. I take criticism well, but I take criticism with tact. So like, if somebody has like an opposite opinion or somebody thinks like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I might be intentionally doing what I'm doing You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like, hey man, I think it might be smarter to go over here and do this. And like, I might not fuck with that method. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the criticism, but sometimes I'm a dummy sometimes. Like I'm willing to like go the way I want to go until the shit burn. But sometimes it don't burn. Sometimes it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. Yeah,
honestly.
I'm confident in my choices. I'm confident in my decisions. I can appreciate criticism, but I'm also there's a reason why I chose to do what I did.
Right.
Like it wasn't conscious. You know what I mean?
It's kind of one of the things like, let me mess it up first. I'm gonna tear it up, but I know what not to do now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've always, spread this, notion of try, fail, adjust.
Yeah.
Try, fail, adjust. You can keep that cycle going.
Base. Same shit.
Have you ever had a moment in your relationship where your pride really got in the way?
Yeah.
Describe that moment.
You know
for the fans.
what's crazy about that question though? When you say relationship, most people think about that could be within the family.
Yeah.
That could be, with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
I mean, yes, it's definitely got in the way of certain relationships between family, friends, like you said, coworkers, anything. It's like
Biggest one that stands out to you?
the biggest one. I guess the basics of just being a guy, honestly. Guys are, as a guy, you have so many people look at you to do a whole lot of things. You know what I mean? You got to be this way. You got to be that way. And so you kind of get that mindset built into yourself. Just like, I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is being a man. If I don't do it, I'm not going to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Just like you don't want to ask your woman for money or ask your peoples for money. As a guy, you got to go get it.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of the times my pride gets in the way of that, and just got to break down and ask for help sometimes if you need it.
But like, what type of relationship were you in? So I'm hearing you saying like just being a guy, but like a guy like being a brother, being a son, being a boyfriend. Like, what do you mean?
Mainly, your pride gets in the way of being a boyfriend.
Being a boyfriend?
Honestly, yeah, the biggest one.
So somehow in your past, your ego has like messed up a relationship that you probably could have saved.
You couldn't be that provider.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all about setting that expectation for yourself and the other person. And sometimes when you set the expectation for what you believe will happen, you end up being what's the word I'm looking for? Upset or not, fulfilled because it didn't get there. No matter what you did or how you do it. So you got to learn, different levels in that way to grow. Honestly, you have to, because you will continue to be stagnant and have the same issues over and over and over again.
How do you know when you go through those type of things, like if the problem was you or the problem was them? Like, how do you know, like, if your ego, like, say, like you said, money, right? So like sometimes you might be in a issue in a pickle, and you was like, yeah, I'm gonna use my pride, and like I might not be able to afford this or whatever, but I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure I can afford this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it probably would have been better for you to be like, yeah, I really can't afford it. We can't do blah, blah, blah. But how do you know, like, if you had did that things still would have went the way that you wanted it to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you choose when to stay by your ego, and how do you choose when to fold and let your ego subside yourself?
Well,
Me personally,
Yeah,
just based off of me, when I felt like I have no other outlets to turn to, feel like I'm out of all options. You know what I'm saying? I gotta suck it up, swallow my pride, and do the things that I probably don't want to do. I probably don't want to go ask my girl for money, or I probably don't want to go ask my peoples for money or anything like that. But if I really don't have it, for example, car payments. You know what I'm saying? You might not have the money for your car payment, so you a lot of options. You don't know what to do. You gotta feel like sometimes you just gotta suck it up. You want your car to be taken? No, you don't.
Yeah.
So you gotta suck it up. Hey, look, whether you had a good relationship or a bad. Hey, look, I know things ain't always been as they seem, or I probably haven't been the best of friend or the best of son, whatever. But I really need you. You swallow your pride to, you know what I'm saying, help your situation in a sense.
I feel you. What about you? Like, has your ego ever affected a relationship with anybody?
I'm just gonna pick up because there's a couple points. I think it boils down, especially as black men, if we can be honest, it's kind of, we're not taught that it's okay to ask for help. That has been a misconception. To ask for help shows some type of weakness.
Right.
But you learn growing up, your mother and father says, hey, if you don't understand something, ask for help. So when did that mindset change? Because technically you're still that same kid. You just mature in mentality now. You went through some things, understand? You know what I'm saying? So when did that change?
When I became an adult.
Right.
A lot of times people feel like when you are an adult or you feel like you got your own, it's like you know all the tools already. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, I'm now 18 and I might not be like as smart as I thought I'm supposed to be at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like you might be ignorant to the subject, but you might think it's your fault that you're ignorant to the subject. So you might not want to ask for help because like, damn, maybe I didn't get the tools I was supposed to get back then to be in the situation to be what I need to be now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand like people be stuck in their egos. I can understand somebody being stuck in their ego and just being ignorant, not knowing like, hey, I'm still that kid. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to add more to that recipe. You got the ego, then you got a little side salad of pride, and then, you know what I'm saying? You got a whole meal that you got to figure it out. Like, is this the way I want to eat and get better? This is what I really, you know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself that.
I feel you.
He asked you.
Oh, I feel like you was about to go in. Like, you got another question. You know, you see a word coming. Like,
he still want to know like your own testimony of how your ego might have affected the situation.
Because I'll get this nonchalant way, like, then if I do, then if I don't. And when it gets to that point, you have to be like, listen, I have to take a step back. You got to take a step back because everything has to stop, and you gotta rethink everything. Is this gonna get me to where I want to go? Yes or no? What are the things I need to change? Because honestly, when you have the same situation but it's with different people, you think that's about the people that are coming in? That's a reflection of you.
Yeah, that's something to interpret.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we go back to how you set the expectation of yourself. What do you know what I'm saying? So it kind of gets you in the mental aspect of, I have no other choice but to learn. And if I wanted to change it, I have to make that change. Because what you can tolerate, you cannot change.
Facts. I feel it.
You know?
I like that. That makes sense.
That was real right there.
Yeah.
You know?
What does your nonverbal communication say about you when you're in certain situations?
Situations of like good or bad, or just
period. Like when you having certain conversations, let's use an argument for example. Do you feel like non-verbally you do the best to keep the situation at an even keel, or do you feel like you can non-verbally you wear your emotions on your sleeve as well? You feel like you roll your eyes, or you kind of slouch your shoulders, or you said
you get
nonchalant.
that energy, right?
Yeah. Do you look nonchalant?
Oh yeah, this time with nonchalant, you can tell when I don't give a fuck. Like if the conversation is dead, I'm dead serious. Like, but I'm not gonna judge around with it. I'm gonna literally let you know, like, I really don't care at this point.
Like overall, non-verbally.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't understand. Like, it's different ways
that speaks language, right? So like silence.
Non-verbally, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How y'all feel about it, man?
Go ahead, Rick.
Non-verbal, I mean, it speaks before the verbal, honestly. You can tell somebody wants to talk to you before you even talk to them.
Okay.
Facts.
So what's your true vision of the person that's in front of you, and if that's for you? And sometimes you might not even be for you. I know for me, like, I'm not even in the mood today. Like, my energy is just like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? I can perpetuate that, and I try to do better not to do that. And I know I can do it, but I don't know when. Sometimes I can't control it, but it's not in every situation, you know, because I have a positive mental attitude about everything. So I try not to give up the energy no matter how I feel, because I know.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, you good, bro?
I was about to say, like, what type of things might get you out your character for you not to be able to control your nonverbals? Like it seems like you're conscious and aware that you need to be aware of your nonverbals. You also said that sometimes you might not be in control, and certain things might be like, nah, fuck, you know what? I'm just do the silent treatment, or you know what? I'm just mean mug this or something like that. Like, how do you gauge, or how do you figure out what type of things can get you out your character or not? Like, what's real to you like that?
I try to not let the same things duplicate over and over again because that's something I can control.
Okay. So if you see something you don't like coming your way,
I'm just like this. I already know what time it is.
I ain't gonna
I'm
give
not
the
even
energy.
giving the energy.
Nah, it makes sense.
It's the same
Okay.
with an argument.
Yeah.
If I know I'm right, what I'm gonna sit and argue with you for? And give all that bad energy, all the negative, mindset, and the tip of the tongue is the worst one. And I'm gonna say things I really don't mean because of the way I feel.
Yeah.
Okay. But what if that's your girlfriend or your wife or
As
whatever?
far, if she was my girl and she was having an argument,
Like, obviously, you're so like usually when you're in a relationship, you have a couple or something like that,
Right.
and you have your point, you have your position. She has an opposing position. She wants you to do. She thinks you did wrong by X, Y, and Z, but you know you didn't do wrong or whatever. You 10 tones down. Now you know what? 3 months later, she bringing the same thing up again.
right?
Right? Your nonverbals may be detrimental to your relationship. So you have to be able to address your nonverbals because this person is an important pillar into your life. You know what I'm saying? How do you navigate properly? This is advanced too, because I'm pretty sure you got like relationship of some sort like that too. Like, how do y'all navigate in hard times and still try to control your nonverbals properly, but still make sure that you don't let down your ego?
Okay. Step number 1: are you able to listen? Can you listen?
That's,
Like,
that's definitely a
like
form
on
of
some real stuff.
communication,
Can you really listen and then can you acknowledge it? Can you both sit here and listen to each other, not just talk at each other? Like, listen, take the time and let me hear your perspective because that doesn't happen. If I, and then acknowledging it. You know what I'm saying? I was about to go somewhere else with this, man. Just lost my thought. Now I'm so deep because I'm playing out a scenario I'm in. Like, and one of my issues that I had was like I was hearing her, but I wasn't listening to her because I felt like it's the same stuff, but I wasn't really listening to what she was trying to tell me. So it could be like the way she was saying it or how she was saying it, but her message was still the same.
Yeah. I feel you.
And I failed that message repeatedly, and it became another issue.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Reoccurring issue, like a fucking bill. This bitch again? Shit. Fuck.
I feel you. You? How do
It's
you
more so a question than a statement, honestly. It goes off of what you said. Granted, it's that self-reflection thing where you look in the mirror and be like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, what if you aren't the one doing anything wrong? What if your nonverbals, you know what I'm saying, are on point? When you get upset, when you get mad, you walk away from a situation. You walk away. Silence, something like you said, some silence, like all y'all said, silence is the best thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what if you aren't the one doing anything wrong?
It's crazy.
What if your nonverbals, what if your language, your body language, rolling the eyes, all that, what if you gonna do all that? You know what I'm saying? Especially in relationships, that's where the biggest problem is. Guys and girls. You know what I'm saying? Or males and females, whatever.
So you saying you never get out of character? You're always in control of your nonverbals?
No, you definitely get out of character.
So
Everybody gets out of character. Me personally, I get out of character sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta give yourself a couple days, and you look back on the situations. It might replay in your head 50 times a day. You like, damn, what could I have done better than before?
He was just saying, what if you do everything right and they still act this way?
I heard he said it.
Yeah, it's just
Shit,
you can't control somebody else though.
Right.
That's
You
facts.
can never control
can't.
somebody else.
Yeah.
But like he said, what if that's the one that you want? You know what I'm saying? Granted, you guys might not be compatible. You might think that you're compatible. You might think that that's your soulmate. You might think that
You
that's...
see,
you
that's
wanna be
amazing.
with.
There's levels. There always is levels to this shit that is real. You have learned everything with that person at that level. There's nothing else there for you. You've learned everything.
That's fine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing we can't control is time. So it's like if I learn everything at that level, then I need to go that next level up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel you. I don't know. I feel like if you in a situation and you make sure that all your nonverbals ain't all your nonverbals are done right, you're trying to present your point right. She's presenting her point right. You're actually listening to each other, and y'all just on two different ends. If y'all can't agree to disagree, then this might be like not the right situation to put yourself in.
Right.
And sometimes you got to sit there and like be real with yourself and be like, hey, I know I think or thought this was it, but this might not be it. You know what I mean? So I guess that's what you're trying to say. Like sometimes,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I feel you.
What's some of the biggest things that run through your mind when you hear we need to talk?
What the fuck I done did now?
Right. You already built the conscience. Like, all right, well,
Well, you be going back thinking like, okay, I ain't do this, I ain't do that. What I done did. What is it?
So it's different when mama said. and then when your girl said, you know what I'm saying? Like, mama say, hey, we need to talk. I don't know, like either the two things in my mind, like either something going with the family, that you gotta have that talk, something with you, or something going on with mom's, or whatever.
Right.
But when it's the girl, you don't think about none of that. It's all you already be like, all right, so make sure I did go and I didn't say this last night. Did I do that? Like you replaying everything that you did. Like
that's true.
I know it.
That's facts. Because like if somebody could say we need to talk, and it could have been like, oh, she got cancer, like your girl,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or she's sick, or she pregnant. You know what I'm saying? It could not even have anything to do with you, but you automatically got guilty conscience going on and being like,
Facts.
But bro, it's a setup. It's not. It's a setup. It's a setup because women got this energy thing. It's a setup. You can tell in the text message. If it's a text message, don't tell me y'all don't feel that in the text message sometimes. But you like,
I just never understood that. Don't send me something like that in the text message, bro.
like call me.
Yeah, I'd rather you call me and tell me, man. Because now you done fucked up my whole
right. You cycling.
I could be playing basketball. Yeah, I'm done, yeah.
Right.
I need one.
Right.
Because then they do it. You can tell they're like almost like evil villains. Because they'll be like, nah, stay there. We just gonna talk later. What you mean? Like, nah, later.
We go right now.
It's about to be right now.
You're not about to have me walking around looking like pending like.
I'm about to be out there just throwing it at the backboard like BS because I'm gone. I'm not here no more.
And bro, what's even crazier? It couldn't even be nothing like that. It could have been something completely opposite. But
your conscience is just all messed up. Man, damn, she must see me like that picture.
right.
yeah.
She saw me like that picture.
Why she like your post? I don't know. How am I supposed to know why?
I'm T-Mobile. I'm her provider. Like, what am I doing with that? I ain't got nothing to control over that, man.
Can I live?
Especially when she hit you with that joint early in the morning too.
Like, that be the one.
What you dream about?
So bad, no, we'll talk when you get off of work. You don't get out till like 8.
You at work like, oh God, your lunch ain't lunch.
Your stomach just don't feel right.
It's over, bro.
That happened to me a couple times, man. Your stomach, it just don't, cause you can't. I mean, I done left work before.
Word?
I done left work before. No cap. I told my supervisor I was walking around all sad. I told my supervisor, my stomach, man. Bust like 80 on the freeway. FaceTime. So what's up, man? What we talking about?
Right.
Why you want to wait to that house?
You know what's so crazy? How the roles really switch when we really want to know something.
Yeah.
Because women always antagonize. They whatever they always want to know. They got to know. We know that. But it's just like when you put that on us. Hey man, hey, I'm off early. Like, what's up? Like, or like, can you talk now? Like, I go on break.
Should I ask you something like, oh, what you doing today? I'm busy. I got stuff to do.
Right. Oh,
and
right.
Like, then she be like, all right, well, we got to talk.
And I can move all that.
All right, what's up? What you got?
Right.
You know what? That's not even that important. You know, my lunch break just turned to an hour break.
I don't even be hungry like that.
It's all right. It's all right. Solo be fine at this gig.
I'm detoxing, baby. You know, I'm trying to detox anyway. You know.
Facts.
I want to end it right here. Glancing over your past relationships with females, what's one mistake you've made? If you could go back and fix it, you would.
Anger. Being angry.
What you mean?
I mean, like, if a conversation doesn't go your way or is taking that turn for the worse, me personally, you just automatically, let me stop saying you, but I just automatically, I guess, want to say get defensive. Defensive then turns to anger. You just get upset real quick. You want to fuss, I guess, per se.
Okay.
So that's going to be the biggest thing for me.
You see, boils down for me is you can't help how you feel, but you can help how you act. So I know that I could have done a better job of being more approachable, you know, so that way I'm easy to communicate with. Because I think communication in any situation is only the best way to solve anything. And I have not been that best person to try to solve it. I just let it be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's always not helpful, like being silent.
Yeah.
She needed to talk and I wasn't trying to hear it. So, hey,
I feel you.
keep it 100 frank, man.
But do you still, how do I put it? Do you still be willing to listen? Even if
Right.
she doesn't want to listen to your point?
Well,
You trying to express how you feel, and it's like, yo, she's like, yo, whatever, forget all that, but expects you to sit down and still listen.
personally, that's what I'm saying. Listen, at that point, listen, this may not be the time right now, but then again, I don't know when the time will be either. But I'll let you know that I am here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't negate your life and tell you when to talk to me, because remember, this is something that we initially supposed to be us.
Yeah.
So because you're not ready to listen to how I feel, that's okay. I'm not gonna tolerate that.
I feel you. Yeah, that's smart. Let me make sure. Repeat the whole question again.
So it's basically, what's one mistake you've made in past relationship that you wish you could fix?
Got you. Mistake. Remember getting talking about ego?
Yeah.
And like things to change. I don't really believe in that shit. But
Disclaimer.
let me like dig deep.
Everybody got something they wish they
Nah, for real, if I had to change anything about mistakes I made in the past, I wish I had the thought process I have now back then. As in like being 100%. Like I didn't really understand. I mean, y'all watched the show. Y'all seen the growth for me. Like episode 1, I was like, women are here to serve. Like I was very like
very
women
servant,
are here to serve.
very
Like,
king servant-ish. Like,
So like my thought process now, like going through relationships, talking to people, dealing with people and stuff like that, and talking to people on the show and stuff like that, started realizing like, oh, they actually like have dreams and shit, like and want to do something in life.
Right.
I ain't know that. So beforehand, I was to do like about a nut ass shit, and then be like, hey, it don't matter because I'm providing for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they have more than they don't want to serve. They want to have like a life and like go do shit and have a job and provide for themselves, have their own personal shit. Like I didn't know that, dog. I swear to God, my brain really twists. Yeah, I did not like. I knew there were people,
Right, I got you.
but I did not know that they wanted
Like, what?
That
to
nigga said life.
be like individuals.
Right.
Like,
I get what you're
like their
saying. I
names
see what
like
you're saying.
Mrs. Bly. Like you're his. Like that's my thought process back then. Anyway, what I could change. Say I'm changed. These are things I no longer do.
I'm a changed man.
Yeah. I would go back and have the thought process I have today.
Yo.
So that back then I don't be treating these chicks or these women, these beautiful queens, like pieces of material. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm Ricky Fontaine. If I could change anything, you know what I'm saying? Ricky Fontaine, perfect, baby. If you ever in a bad mood,
Start the cat.
Call the fucking dude.
Hey, listen.
Side
Yeah,
and we out, dog.
Right, listen.
Get the fuck out of here.